everyone, today's video is going to be another Q&A. I'm just going to be answering a few questions, not many, because I can ramble on when I want to, so I'm going to be answering probably about, I'm already rambling, aren't I? The first question of this Q&A is, do you recommend going to the vet with a guinea pig for a sickness, or do you think it's better to treat it yourself? What are some of the pros and cons of these? I feel like this is a really important question to answer in this video because I think I've made it quite clear that I have treated my guinea pigs for some illnesses on a few occasions. I treated Mabel for 2 types of bloat, and I believe that if we hadn't have treated that, she possibly could have died, and that is awful. So I'm so glad that I was able to help her. Then we also treated Oreo for a hay poke, which again can be quite serious if left. The closest vets to us, which I used to go to all the time with our guinea pigs, every time we went they would either give the wrong diagnosis or the wrong treatment or something wouldn't be right, and we would never really get to the core of the problem. So they never really recovered, or nothing really got very far with that. So then we started to look at other options after we had some very bad experiences there. Then I got this book from the Cambridge KB Trust, and I will link that website down below. It's such a great book and there's so much information in there. I would highly recommend, if you're really serious about keeping guinea pigs, then you maybe make this investment. Yeah, on the one hand, I don't want to encourage people to not take their guinea pigs to the vet. Obviously, if anyone's got a problem, go to a vet. We would travel to go to a vet if we think it's something we couldn't treat ourselves. I am gaining experience. I want to become more knowledgeable about caring for guinea pigs and just more educated, so then I can be better at treating my guinea pigs myself. I feel like because I have quite a lot of them, it is important for me to have the knowledge. So yeah, I hope that has been a bit of a balanced argument and not just saying one way or the other. So yeah, just to recap, if your guinea pig's sick, please take them to a vet. If you've got an interest in treating your guinea pigs at home, please invest in this book because it will tell you just about everything you need to know. But obviously still, if you are concerned, take your guinea pigs to a vet. Which out of all of your pets is the hardest to look after over long periods of time? So let's go through all my animals. So we've got Vinny and Jasper, who is our dog and our cat. Now my mum kind of takes more responsibility of both of these pets, so I would say for me they're not very high maintenance or hard to look after. Obviously walking Vinny is probably quite a big job to do, but I guess that it's not really hard work as such. Then we've got the rabbits. The rabbits are, well, sometimes litter trained. They have started to get very messy. They poo on the doormat and they wee on the wood and not the lino because they like to be awkward like that. But in general they are litter trained and it's a lot easier for me to clean them up, and yeah, I feel like they are quite easy to care for. Now with the guinea pigs is a whole new story. They are very messy, high maintenance, they require a lot of feeding, they often get very unwell. I don't know, they just seem to be quite prone to getting illnesses. So I feel like guinea pigs are the hardest to look after, definitely, but obviously I love them and I think they're definitely worth everything. But yeah, they are probably the hardest to look after. My smaller animals, such as the gerbils and my hamster, they're very low maintenance in my opinion, and they are really excellent first time pets, I think, because they don't require much work but you still got that responsibility. So yeah, I absolutely love owning all of them for different reasons, but I would definitely say guinea pigs are the hardest work, even though I do love owning them. What is the ideal cage for gerbils? So I would say that you probably expected me to say, oh, go and get the habitat that I have and everything, but no, I don't want to say that because I feel like I've spent quite a lot of money on my gerbils, and to get their habitat to where it is now, it was not perfect when we first got it, and for example, it wasn't very good at containing bedding. It is not designed to hold a large amount of bedding, which is a standard requirement for gerbils, so that was the first problem. And then we had a problem with the lid where the gerbils would chew that, so we had to mesh it. Then also the problem where the perspex scratches so easily, even the scratches from their claws has left loads of lines on the perspex, so it wasn't perfect, but I still really like the habitat, so it is a tough one. If I was to recommend something for someone else starting new with gerbils, I would definitely suggest going for a second-hand fish tank, and you can get really large, nice, spacious fish tanks on secondhand websites for really great prices. So I definitely recommend looking for those in your area because you will probably pick something up for loads cheaper. But yeah, have a look around, and I definitely suggest looking on secondhand websites. The reason I recommend having a fish tank is because you can get so much bedding in here. They're very strong and they're designed to contain a lot of weight, so you could fill these with loads and loads of bedding. And if you're feeling a little bit more creative, you could create some sort of, I don't know how to describe this, but you could do a sort of wooden frame to go on top of the tank, then mesh all around the sides, and this would create a really nice other area for your gerbils. They will also be able to have their water bottle there, and you could use that as a feeding station. You could also put loads of toys up here. So I'll try and include some images if I can find any, because I can't really describe it very well. So the final question of today's Q&A is, which is better, fleece or bedding? I feel like this is a very controversial subject and people are either one way or the other. I don't tend to like to suggest one or the other because I think both can work well, but I'm just going to give my personal opinion. So I choose to use bedding because I like the more natural look for my guinea pigs. It does get quite expensive, but if you buy it in larger bales then it saves a lot of money. I have tried some sort of fleece material before and it didn't really work out very well with my guinea pigs, but I know some people always rave about it and say how brilliant it is and that it's a lot cheaper than bedding. So I guess on the one hand, fleece is inexpensive and I think people will tell you that it's easier to clean. I don't really know, I haven't really had much experience with it, and yeah, so I think both can work really well. It just depends, I guess, where you house your guinea pigs and what your preference is. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave any questions you may have for my next Q&A, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!